we're in 2022.
God, I didn't expect that. It's like the most valuable FJ.
You know, my baby that I've been building like for a year and a half, just have to just hook in some turns at 100 k's an hour.
Like you'll know whether it's safe or not after this.
I could not be happier with that thing. It is a dream that comes true.
Morning everybody, welcome back to the FJ build series. Now, right now, current day, we're in 2022. What's been going on with the FJ?
So I went to engineering. It didn't go like perfectly the first time, but you know, when you build a car like this, it's not always going to go perfectly the first time. No. So we just had to make a couple of changes to the height of the rear end and add a couple of sway bars.
You back?
Hey.
What happened? So they're the parabolics we're planning on running, and we still might run those ones later on, but for the GVM test, King Springs, just helped us out Friday afternoon. Look at the size different. Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Exhibit A, Exhibit B. Here we go. So the boys have already got one side out while me and Jack have been down getting the springs. This is when we shine.
Back. It's more of a mechanical thing.
Actually,
There's that like little baby bulb.
you threw a 40 up there the other day, man. You puffing now?
Come on, Steve.
I'm working all
I thought
day.
you'd been going to the gym, Bruss. I'm just getting huge, mate. Can spring. Steve can spring. Look at all the legs and arms going. Can you tell this guy's thrown in leash before or what?
It's irrelevant, if you give it to me, I ain't telling it, telling every nigga that she's celibate, telling rich nigga that she's selling it, If I pull up in the lag with the doors up, everybody looking at me done froze up. Got me feeling like an old school player with my toes out, pulling down my pants like, it feel good, don't it?
So now there is a new J-Max like rear sway bar in here, and like the J-Max like color is nice, but I'm also taking off that and I am like color matching it with the front sway bar, which should look like good. We have both of the like Mega Life lithiums like in there now, like finally.
Wide up.
All mounted up with just like the McDonald's arches in there. Looks beautiful.
The plan for today, you've got Master Yoda back in here with you.
Yes.
Yeah. AKA Santa Claus, AKA Patriot Pedro.
Jedi Master.
You guys are building an exhaust today?
Yeah.
Yep, which is pretty badass. All right, I'll leave the boys, get back into it. Should be the downward hit from now. Exhaust is happening today. Tub's going back on. Then we got the final fit out of all the interior electronics. Back to engineering. Fingers crossed it passes. Let's go. FJ49 build. We're back. Ew.
And then there is like the OZD dirty. Yeah.
All right, get in here. What's the plan?
Okay, so
The plan has changed with the exhaust, huh?
yeah, unfortunately, there's a diesel filler right there. So when you have the exhaust pipe in there, it's very, very close. So we are ditching the whole dual side dump idea, and we're just going a single at the like passenger side, which things don't always go to plan, and as we'll do until we can sort out like something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the rest is looking good, man. That whole dump looks good. You happy, Pedro, with progress?
Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
no room, real
Yeah.
estate, but we're
Yeah.
making do.
You're much better off doing the right thing,
Yeah,
ensuring that the
exactly.
car's safe. Single, twins, whatever. The rest of the car talks for itself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm out. See y'all. Whoa. Whoa. I'm going to say something I would not say in front of somebody that was here.
Yeah.
But that guy that you're working with, I won't mention his name.
He's good.
Dude,
He's really good.
that is like artwork.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Pedro, what I'll say, I won't say it to your face, but I'll say it behind your back. Love you, bruss. That is, dude, unbelievable work. All right. You want to hear this thing run or what?
Nah.
So quiet now. So quiet. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's good. It's nice. Like it's not gonna be like in your head like you have to wear like earplugs.
What do you reckon?
It's definitely quieter enough. It's not just a dumb.
Yeah, that's going to sound like a car, not like a race car. Dude, go rev it for him. Come around here, come and listen to this. Absolutely nailed it. So, on idle, I don't know how you're going to pick the audio up through this, but on idle, there's zero drone, none. Like it actually sounds kind of normal, but then when you give it, the thing sounds mental. You can hear the turbo spooling and that, which is going to be awesome for touring, dude. All right, you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy. It's
Yeah? Dude, sounds mental, looks mental.
Yeah, funny.
Probably one of the biggest parts of the build that we've done.
Yeah.
Very labour intensive. Dude, you and Pedro crush. As normal, we will come back to you very soon with more of the FJ49. We're getting close. Charlie, come here. Charlie. Morning. Say good morning, Charlie. Come here. Say good morning. Look. Say good morning. Say morning. Charlie, say good morning. Now this is starting to drag on a little bit, I know. And you're probably looking at me right now going, why is Justin talking like RoboCop? I had a bit of an incident. Stop laughing, it wasn't funny. Broken my wrist and I've also fractured a vertebrae in my back, my L1, which is not cool.
So what you're saying is, I'm indestructible.
Oh, no. In fact, even a slight breeze could...
Indestructible.
But today, we're going to bring you through some really, really cool stuff. We're on the tail end, Ash.
We are on like tail end. It's all of the like finishing things now.
To me, that is looking like Christmas.
Yeah.
Should we come back to these bits in a minute?
Yeah.
Let's have an update on what's been happening up here with the 49. Run us through. So I think the last episode, everybody saw the exhaust was just done.
Yep.
Sway bars were just installed.
Yep.
And now we're waiting on engineering. We can't get back to the track. So you've got a week left before we go back for engineering.
Yep.
Run us through quickly what you've done, because this week you've actually been pretty busy. Should we start in the cab, what you've done in the cab?
Are you going that side?
Okay, I'll go this side.
So the whole like, rear wall is sound jetted, acoustic lined, and carpeted. So
I think a
we
big
got
thank you goes to the team at Car Builders.
a very big thank you. They gave us all the product back for the rear wall, and it looks amazing.
Looks amazing. Now I'm going to flip sides because you can show everybody right now what's going to happen in this episode, which revolves around that right there.
So
What's going on?
this is one of the first I've seen where a whole car is being controlled by a TVMS. So normally it's a camp trailer or a canopy system, but this whole entire car is being controlled by the Redarc TVMS. So air compressors, lockers, lights, everything is controlled off of this, which is going to be amazing.
So you're really, really modernising.
Very much so. And it looks sick.
And it looks like,
And it
check
looks
that
dope.
out, so Ashton just installed that, not last night, the night before?
Yeah.
So everything's in there. Oh, your air conditioning's all in and going? Check this out.
Icy cold.
Hell yeah. So you've been busy, boy.
I have.
All right, I'm going to cut in here right now and I'm going to say, Red Vision by Redarc, TVMS. I don't think this is an industry first. Definitely the first time it's ever been done in an FJ.
Yep.
So the Red Vision is a product that we use to control all of our high-end gear. So fundamentally, it's a Manager 30, so it gives you your AC input, your DC input, your solar input as well. But it's another module that gives you inputs and outputs that you can switch on the soft buttons up on the screen up the front. Now, being that this car has 0 electronics in it, none whatsoever, the decision was made that we're going to run this entire vehicle off the Red Vision system. So every electrical input and output is going through Red Vision. Everything is going to be controlled through all of those soft buttons. You're going to see one of the engineers from Patriot come up here and program that. We might actually switch over to another camera and just actually let's do this. Let's do a funky ass beat, editing team, big fat bass line.
Yep.
Let's go into a montage right now. Something a little bit gangster I'm feeling.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm feeling that.
Super Bowl just happened yesterday. Did you see Dr. Dre, Snoop, 50 Cent? Have you seen it yet?
You know I'm riding with the D-O-double-G.
West Coast, make some noise!
No,
Mary J.
I was at work
Blige.
all day.
Bro, it was epic. Let's go into a fat West Coast beat. We're going to leave you with the FJ for a second. We're going to come back on the big camera. I'm going to run you through everything that we're going to be installing this week.
I'm 007 in the Maybach. Careless Superman in my spaceship. They don't wanna see me shining and they hate that. They don't wanna see me shining and they hate that. I'm 007 in the Maybach. Careless Superman in my spaceship. They don't wanna see me shining and they hate that. They don't wanna see me shining and they hate that. Yeah, it took a lot coming from the bottom. They was like, Thony, yo, you such a problem. You so Medusa, you looking, you got 'em. Stuck like stone. See how you got 'em.
So let's run through all the gear today. Now, where all of this stuff, this is all the stuff you're going to see installed over the next couple of days. We're going to pull in another industry expert in just a minute. He's on his way here. We'll introduce you to somebody who's going to be teaching Ashton some brand new stuff.
So ARB twin air compressor. These have been running all of my dad's cars and he trusts these, so I thought I may as well go with the trend and they work well.
I still think they're probably the best compressor on the market. We've used a lot of compressors. I've tried some of the other twin compressors on the market. They are good, but I keep reverting back to these. If you're going to be inflating multiple tyres, you need the horsepower behind a twin compressor.
So we have this little breaker panel with the shunt in behind it, so that will be for like the winch and main power and all that. And this is like so I can run I don't know, whatever. I can charge my phone. I can make a
you know what you're going to
coffee or maybe a microwave.
All right, let me jump in and
everything.
Let me jump in and educate you, young child. This is only a 350 watt. You're not going to run a microwave off this or a coffee machine, right? This would be really good for charging your phones, charging iPads, running a small stereo if you're not going to install a full system because you've run out of money.
Yes,
yes,
very much so.
I don't think you need any bigger than a 350 watt.
No, I won't.
You do have the battery power in here with the 2 megalife batteries to run probably a 2000.
Yeah,
and if you
like,
find
no like point now because I don't like have like a whole rear canopy set up.
It's all money, and I know somebody who could lend you a camper trailer too if you really wanted to run all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So a little 350 watt Redarc converter, which is going to be enough for him to do what he wants to do inside the cab. Next, these are all leftovers from my builds as well.
Yeah, so we have a couple of gauges. Obviously are the most important, EGTs and boost.
Because it ain't boost unless it's 40 plus, eh?
It's 30 plus, like, but I like the sound of 40.
30, 40 is same.
Elephant lion is same. In Australia, same, everything's same.
Alright, so this is a Totem Pro, and it came with the Peacock Trail Connect harness, which is already all run in the car, and now all we have to do is chuck in that and the little dial, so that's all good. And then we have the big baby,
the heart.
So we have the TVMS Red Vision unit. Honestly, I have no idea how all this works.
Okay,
all of it does, so you can explain.
I'm going to run you through really quickly how this works. Actually, this was a prototype unit out of one of the first X3s that we actually built. So that's been sitting on the shelf down there for a while. It wasn't in brand new, perfect condition to put it back into a customer's trailer. So what I'm trying to do here now is we're coming to the end of the build. The budget was blown a very, very long time ago. We're utilising the resources. We had some of these products lying around. They're still fit for purpose. Perfect to go in. Are you ready to learn something?
Okay.
Yeah? And I'm not an electrical guy, but I'll tell you from the installation point of view. This is really the heart. This is the Manager 30. So this is the charging unit, right? The job of this box here that you see right now is to take all of the sources of input, so AC charge, 240 volt from your wall, DC charge, 12 volt off your alternator, and solar power inputs, and convert them into a charge that runs into your batteries. Now with the Manager 30, the original Manager 30 faceplate gave you all the information that you need, but it wasn't as intuitive of what they've come up with TVMS. How you used to run this is you'd run this power, all your inputs and outputs through to a shunt, which would measure your power, your current draw and the level of your battery. And then you'd run all your wires off there, which is a very, very time consuming, very tedious job. You need to put in relays, you need to put in fuses, you need to put in switches. The wiring that's involved in that is crazy. So what Redarc have done is they've simplified the whole thing. Fundamentally what this does here, you can see down here, distribution and fuse box. That's what this is for, and this is the brains of the actual Red Vision unit. So, you have one RJ45 cable that goes from this unit up to the faceplate that you saw installed on Ashton's car. But what this does is all of your fuses are all inbuilt into this TVMS system here, right? So you can see all of your fuse blocks in there. You've got different outputs as well. So these are your max 10 amp loads. So this will do, say, all of your lights, for example, your smaller lights, interior lights, and all the rest of it. Then you've got 30 amp fuses, which can control bigger gear. You can see here, this is from a Patriot camper, so you can see all the inputs that we have here are outputs, accessories, stereo, water pump, fridge, air compressor, bright lights, main lights, so on and so forth. So that's all labelled. So basically everything that we wire into the FJ now, the whole wiring harness goes straight into this box here. One cable goes up to the head unit, soft buttons, you can turn everything on and off. The other advantage is that you can program that unit. So you can put different icons for different things. So you can put a little piston in for your air compressor. You can put a little light thing in for your left light, right light. Yep. It will control a water tank. When you end up putting a water tank in here, you can put a sender straight into the water tank. His air lockers are going to be controlled through here. So you can actually switch your air compressor on, then put your front lockers, rear lockers, and it's going to keep that FJ dash looking.
They're lockers, I remember.
Sorry, Harrop.
Even easier.
Am I going to get my ass kicked? I'm going to put that down to the painkillers. Yeah?
Yeah, probably.
I'm going to put that down to the painkillers. The painkillers are messing with my head. But anyway, that's what we're doing today. The other thing that you'll notice has turned up down there, big shout out to these guys. One of my favourite companies to deal with and my favourite people, Dometic.
This is going to be good.
I'm not convinced that a 55 is the right fridge for this thing. I think it's a little bit too big. That's what I'm thinking. But we can send that one back and go the next size down, which I think is still a 40 or a 35.
Yeah, something like that.
But chuck that in there and have a look and see what you think.
We'll see.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Okay, now, to get this all put together, I'm leaning on another massive, massive resource, another critical piece of the puzzle for Patriot campers. One of my good mates, Joel, at Helm Wiring. Now, Helm Wiring is all about large volume production wiring harnesses because I want to really finish this thing off to the level that we've built everything else. Yep. So, I think you start on this. Yep. Joel will be here in just a second. I'll introduce you to Joel. Well, let's get cracking. Can we please get this thing done? Yeah. You know we're up to like,
it's almost
are we
done.
15 episodes now? Okay, so this is episode number 17. Do you know what kind of work goes into? Have you got any idea?
And everybody loves all of the episodes, so I think that they want.
I don't love the episodes because it's not for me. This is
me.
my show, dude.
No, it's our show now.
It's always been our show. All right, get into it.
All right.
Morning, mates.
Morning, how's it going?
What's going on?
Long time no see.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, guys. This is Joel from Helm. I just gave you the best plug on camera too.
I appreciate it.
All right, let's do a run through. What's Helm all about? What do you guys do?
So we do high volume automotive manufacturing for the wiring sector.
Yeah, and you guys do all the work for Patriot campers?
Yeah, all the Patriot.
You were doing all the Super Tourer harnesses for us when we were building the Super Tourers?
Yeah, back in the early days, was doing all the early production requirements for those.
I'm going to throw something out to the audience right here that we've spoken about. Helm does not do custom work. So I know a lot of the people that have been involved in this build are getting phone calls from everybody who watches.
Yeah.
These guys are high volume repetition work. That is what they're about. You're obviously doing this as a favour for me.
Yeah, the hours that go into this one-off stuff is nuts.
Yeah. All right, run us through.
So last week we came in and did a measure up late one night for Ashton once he had everything mounted up. So we've made up a body harness.
Dude, this is electrical porn. Anybody who's watching this right now who actually has built a car and knows a little bit about wiring, that right there is electrical porn. I think we open that up in a second. Have a look.
And then we've got our tray harness component which goes up to the roof bar. So we've made this removable just in case Ashton dings up the truck and we need to replace some bar work.
When Ashton dings up the truck and replaces some bar work. Yep.
Yeah. And then we've got a...
I see what you do with your brother's patrol.
We've got the roof harness to plug into all the X-ray components and the side lighting that's up on there. And then I've made up a fly lead for the cab. So this pairs up with the bulkhead that's going to come through the floor, and then over the next day or two, myself and Ashton are going to nut this out and make it all work. Awesome. Hopefully power it up first pop.
Awesome, unreal. If you were to build this loom yourself and run all the cabling yourself, I would guarantee this would be a 2 to 3 week job. I've seen it. I've seen it multiple times, and you've seen through the episodes of Patriot Garage when we've done the big builds. Even if we go back to the giveaway D-Max, 2 years ago, that was two guys, 5 days, full time, to basically install what these two are going to do in 2 days. So you can see that the level of quality that these guys go to, the heat shrink, the conduit, all the mil spec stuff, all the Deutsch plugs, they're all IP rated. Deutsch, it's just, dude, unbelievable. Yeah? Legend. Really appreciate it. And I'm going to say it again, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule, mate, to come and make this dream a reality for this kid. And one day, when I'm old and decrepit, this better come back in spades, homeboy. And we've got it all documented. And when I'm old and I'm like, Ashton, I need you to come and take me to the hip surgeon, and you'll be like, Dad, I'm busy, I've got shit to do. I'll be like, well, remember when we built that FJ, Dad? Have a look at YouTube. He's gonna owe me for the rest of his life. All right, I'm gonna go back and figure out how to pay for this.
Cool.
Yeah, by doing some actual work. Yeah?
We're gonna have fun.
I'll pop in throughout the next couple of days. Thank you, brother.
Awesome.
I appreciate it. Have a good couple of days, mate. We're on the downward spiral.
I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. Keep that same energy. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah.
This is a little bracket that we made up. It's got 2 little Andersons underneath it. One's a silver one for the Dometic fridge, and one's a red one for a solar power input. And we also have little accessory and USB sockets, so if you want to like charge phones while we're out camping, having a rave, you can. We have a little Jimmy aerial. We just found it around here and it actually looks kind of cool, because old farm truck things.
I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. Keep that same energy. I'm in my element.
Why is it harness?
So we need to get park and high beam off your front headlight.
Yep.
So that we can trigger your light bar and the park function on it.
Yep.
And then we've got your winch controls, which we're going to tap into, and then have the remote in the cab. So we've built that into the harness.
Sick.
And then we've also got the front diff locker,
Sweet.
which is electronic. So.
I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. Keep that same energy. I'm in my element. Never switch up, never switch up, never switch up, never switch up. Never switch up. Keep that same energy. I'm in my element.
So we've just run all of the harnesses for everything. So we got the front locker all in, the tank valve, the rear locker, got this whole rear setup in, Jimmy aerial, the roof harness is in, so all of those lights are hooked up. I don't know, does that look clean? Looks sick. Got all of this harness all in, looks sick. So now we hook the wires up to that thing, and put some things on the back wall. Mint. So now it's time to mount all the Redarc gear on the back wall. The inverter goes in there. Then the red vision module goes in there. Then the manager goes in there, and then the tow pro will go on that far side. So we've fitted all of this a couple of times before, so it should all just go in fine.
Roughly, where's your compressor going to mount so that we know where the cables are going to go?
Yeah, so it's going to go about there, but obviously upside down.
Standing up?
No, like upside down. Upside down.
This upside down?
Upside down. Upside down.
Yeah. Like this.
Like that, there you go.
Oh.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
So it'll be floating in mid-air, yeah?
Yep.
Cool.
We're mounting it upside down because that's how it mounts, with the upside facing down.
It's true.
Gone.
Shall we plug this in and see if anything works?
Yeah, like see if something works.
Got a battery?
Yeah. We're just going to connect some things up to 12-volt power and see if things turn on. Oh.
No, that's all the way.
Sure?
Yeah, turn it on. Rebar.
Looks sick. I can just like imagine it now, just cruising down in a country road, like nobody in sight at like a dangerous speed.
Patriot Games Season 5 is launching on YouTube. To share the love with our subscribers, we're giving you the chance to explore the unexpected with this unstoppable package worth over $145,000. This all-new Isuzu MU-X 7-seater is not your standard family SUV, with 4x4 terrain command and rear diff lock, plus the Patriot Games special treatment. Kitted out with a full electronic suite from Redarc, an impressive XRS radio platform from GME, as well as P-Core rims, roof rack and awning. For the perfect family getaway, it's been paired with a brand new Patriot Campers X1N, rigged out with Max Tracks and a fully equipped kitchen with a Dometic stove, rooftop tent and fridge, alongside a brand new Polaris Ranger 150. Loads of camping gear and accessories. You'll be living that unstoppable Patriot life that you've always dreamed of. Get your entries in before June 30, 2022. Enter online now at patriotgames.tv.
You feel alive, let's hit the dance floor. Don't work too hard, might break a backbone. Return of the Mac, the king is back though. Corvette and cash, I never lack those.
Morning, so day 2 of the electrical install. Now, the boys are on it right behind me. You saw yesterday afternoon, I didn't get a chance to catch up with Joel. You can see what's kind of going on here. All of that termination, so some tools and crimps and bits and pieces that are happening here. How'd you go yesterday?
Yeah, good. Got all the underneath of the body done, got the roof all wired up, trays done, so we just got the cab to sort out now.
Yeah, I've noticed you've got a lot of tools out, so this is where you're going to start terminating that patch harness into the TVMS. Yeah?
Get the brains of the operation cranking. And
yeah. You think we'll see lights and be pushing buttons today?
Yeah, fingers crossed, yeah.
Hell yeah, boys. All right, mate, best of luck today. I've got a heap on today, so I probably won't be back until later on this afternoon. Oh, I've got some news. What? I almost forgot. What? We're going to engineering tomorrow. Sick. Last night, got on the phone, spoke to a good mate of mine, Paul Morris, up at the Norwell Motor Complex. He's given me the truck for a couple of hours. Jack got on the phone, spoke to the engineer last night. We're going to get this thing engineered and complied tomorrow.
So, all done, like, and road worthy.
You've still got a little bit of work to do, but after tomorrow, if it passes, we're good.
You can do it!
I'll leave it to you. Big,
yeah.
nice shirt too, by the way. It's in fitting. It's what, did you actually think about that today?
Yeah, I did.
So you actually got up this morning and thought, you know what, I'm doing Redarc stuff today. I'm going to wear a Redarc shirt.
Yes.
But you still didn't get to work on time.
So we're getting the whole circuit breaker panel all in, and after this is done, maybe we might see some things turn on, some lights flashing, all that. But obviously there's no accessory cables like chucked in, so obviously the lights and all that like won't work yet, but at least we can see the TVMS turn on, which is going to be very exciting. How did I just fall over? Did you catch that on camera?
Yeah.
Alright, so we've just hooked up all of the like heavy power cables and the data cables for the BMS, the Red Vision and the inverter, as you can see. Bunch of wires. Those wires are from the accessory battery, and then there's some wires over there from the main battery. Everything's all hooked up. Then on these little breakers, then you can see that turns on, just sick, and then the inverter's on as well. So keen, so excited. It all looks so good. Now we are going to hook up all of the electrical harness for the lights, the air compressor, the diff locks and all that. And yeah, so keen, so keen.
Yo!
What's up?
Visitor! Look who just dropped in.
Oil and grease all over me already. It's oh my god, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I saw it in black and white. You did the old sneak peek on Instagram. And I knew you were doing patina, but dude, those boys do a sick job, eh? It's really nice. It's like the most valuable FJ ever.
Yep.
Are you gonna even want to take it off road?
No.
It's like, dude,
Yeah,
done a sick job, man.
Yeah, cheers.
And like even I know you've done so much yourself, and like when I was your age, I wasn't even this good. Like this is better than the stuff I do now.
So last time you saw Sam here pulling the engine out in this thing, he was building a project on the way. So let's take a quick look at that.
The Custom 80 Series van cruiser, which is seriously one of a kind in this country.
Sam's obviously got the same disease that I think I do and Ashton does and most people that are into cars. So after you finish the van cruiser, tell everybody what, for people who don't know your channel, what did you go and do then?
I pulled out a perfectly good performance engine out of my car that started my whole channel. Everyone loves it. Decided to rip it apart, split it in half, and put a diesel in it after I spent the last 3 years telling people how awesome it is to have petrol. It was this think trip that pushed me over the edge. It wasn't good for towing and stuff. And
no good for touring.
Now it's like a touring car.
Yeah, so what, not just the diesel. Actually, you know what? You and Ashton go outside, go and have a, because you haven't seen it finished yet, have you?
No.
Neither have I. I think we'll go out there, we'll let these boys have a ponder around in here, let Sam have a look around in here.
Yeah.
And then I think we'll go and have a look at the Built Not Bought patrol.
Knocking, boots brown on Miley. When I pop out like lightness. Polished, briefcase, no wallet. Just blew a bag like Scotsman, killed that.
This is like something that needs to go to SEMA.
UK honey at the drill that bondsman. Bailed out, no conflict.
What sort of power is this thing making?
The top tune was 600 horsepower and 1500 newton meters.
Only good for the lozenge. My whole
So I'll give another plug here. If you actually want to see this, so the Duramax Inner Patrol, head over to the Built Not Bought YouTube channel. Badass, check it out. Have a look at the Built Not Bought channel. I'm going to leave it here. You guys have a quick walk around here. Thanks for coming down today. Yeah.
Your car's looking sick. We need to go for a run with everything.
Absolutely.
This can be the tow rig now. Pull you out.
That was my out.
See ya.
And get the deed done. They expected me to switch when I receive love. Gotta let the marathon run its natural course. I can feel the force.
So we're taking Old Faithful, the GU. We need to get these wheels and tires changed over for some road radial 33s, because the normal 79 wheels aren't the same size, and we need to test on the same size wheels and tires. Joel is doing an amazing job in here. Looks so good,
almost
man.
on the home stretch.
Yeah, it looks sick.
Getting excited to power it up, hopefully when you get back.
So keen, yeah. So hopefully when I get back from fitting those wheels and tires, this will all be done, and Joel can show me all how it works, which is going to be very cool. The FJ's almost there, getting very, very ready for engineering, which is going to be cool. So let's get that all done, and I think I'm going to be here very late tonight.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. You know I be on a what? Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. It's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving this at all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work. Check priorities, I'm doing that first. Them checks big and I'm sure that hurts, but it's yeah. You know I be on the way. I'm on the way.
I'm filming this. I hate this car so much. It just happens like randomly. Cheers, thank you. I hate this car. So there's a fuel issue with this rig. That sometimes it won't fire because it's not getting fuel, so you just have to manually prime it like it's a boat engine to make it work. But once it's running, it's fine. We go to the patrol, up the ZD30, best motor, best car, best chassis. I would sell it the FJ for one of these. Thanks Bob Jane Team Arthur, look at his face, he's so happy you're with us. Now it's time for KFC. Yeah.
Trying to program one channel because it's my first time doing a TVMS, and then once I know it's all go, I'll key in the rest and we'll be away laughing. We got one working.
You get a drink, it's different though, like vibe. When the snare gets to you, yeah. A couple shots of alcohol. I see the homies at the bar.
Alright, so we just got back from Bob Jane. Got the wheels on. They actually kind of suit. They look really cool actually. But as you can see, a little rock light dance party's on because Joel, the man, has absolutely nailed it with all of like the wiring, and we have most of our switches all in with all of the icons. There are so many icons in here to choose from. It's really cool to actually get in there and change all of the things, but this app is awesome. It has all those icons. So cool.
Such an easy user interface to use.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's
just amazing.
Awesome.
First time.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like me and Joel have just been going backwards and forwards on naming channels and chucking icons on them and where they should go in the TVMS layout, and honestly, amazing interface, amazing to use, easy to use, and looks clean, it looks tidy. If anything goes wrong, all the users are right there. Redarc, you've done an amazing job. Obviously, I've seen them in the trailers, but I've never been hands-on with one. So it's amazing to use. Absolutely killed it. But we have our rear light on now. Have our little flashy rock lights, side lights, and the front bar. Awesome. I'm so keen. Okay, so as you can see, it's dark in here, but we have this working now. So that's our second page, sorry. So on our first page, we have the front and rear diff locks just on there, which is cool. Then here's our left roof light, bang. Here's our right roof light, bang. Our front bar, bang. Our rear bar, bang. And then on our second page, we have our fridge, which you can hear is turning on and off a circuit, because obviously we don't have a fridge in there right now. Our air compressor, hold on, loud. So that works. We have our rear light on here again. So this is kind of like the camping page, I guess you would call it. Here with the little boom box is like our party lights. The under below. Then we have our USB and SIG socket. That's at the back and next to the fridge. So that turns on and off. And then there's our inverter, which you can see when I press it. Turns on and off. So that's everything. The absolute powerhouse that is the Redarc TVMS.
That's blown me away. That's another, I think, well, that's definitely another Patriot first. So Redarc's Red Vision controlling a vehicle that is an actual vehicle, and I don't mean a canopy or a camper trailer, so total vehicle management system. I haven't seen this done before. I know people are starting to play around with it, but I haven't seen this done to the extent that Red Vision is controlling the entire vehicle, everything electronic in the vehicle. How does that feel to be a part of that?
That's awesome. First time too, and so easy.
I think it's another milestone moment. Yeah. Well, I'm going to take this opportunity real quick to say thank you so much, mate. The hours, the effort that you've put in. I know you've got a business to run. I know this isn't your core business, but I also know that I'm a very good customer of yours. Yeah. What have you got to say?
Cheers.
All good.
There is going to be a lot of thank yous that is going to have to be had and done when this build finishes. You are going to have to chuck on a monster party for everybody who's been involved. Yeah. But if you've got any high volume electrical loom requirements, Helm is definitely the guys to talk to. They do all of our work here at Patriot. Joel's a good mate of mine and a very, very good mate of Ashton. Man, thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries.
We appreciate all the sacrifices. You are one lucky, I'm going to crack you with this thing, eh? You are the luckiest kid I know, yeah? The luckiest kid I know. Yeah. Now it's about getting this thing ready. You've got a big night ahead of you. You've got to fill 700 kilos worth of salt. That's got to go in the tray. Yeah? You've got to get your tyres all fitted. You've got to get your seats in, everything bolted down, sway bars all done, nut and bolt, load the thing on the trailer. Tomorrow, the FJ49 is actually going to become a thing. You ready?
Yeah, okay.
You're not going to sleep tonight?
No.
I'm going to sleep like a baby. I'm tired. See y'all.
So, what's going on now is we have all these scales here, and we need to get this car up to 3.4 tons, as that's the GVM that we are going for. So we have to see how this thing runs and drives at that max GVM. So we have a bunch of bags of pool salt in the back. And the first time that we came here, we had bags of water, and it just like sloshed around, and the car did not enjoy that. So we have bags of pool and salt, which we can dump in the pool afterwards, so we're not wasting any. So we're going to see what it weighs in at now, and then if we need to add more bags or take some out, we'll be all good. So the car weighed in at 3.6 tons, right? 3,620 kilos, and it needs to be at 3,400 kilos, so we're 220 kilos over, which is a good thing, so we can take more weight out. So this thing can handle it better, so we have more chance of passing the test, which is a good thing.
$34.10, so we're trying for 3386 is the legal limit that we can go to. So at the moment we're testing 30 kgs over that. See how it goes.
So the lane change test is done based on the width of the overall width of the car, and the first lane's the narrowest. It's 1.1 plus a little bit extra of the width of the car, and then the second lane's 1.2 the width of the car plus a little extra, and then this lane's 1.3 times the width of the car.
Yo, so here's the plan. We're getting set up for the lane change test. Maybe we'll run through what actually happens here. So there's a starting grid. You can see the cones here behind me. This is where they start. So they'll take off from here. Now they've got to get to a certain speed. We'll get the details in a minute. The engineers are down the end there laying out this track to a certain specification. So there's got to be a certain distance that it changes the lanes and a certain distance that it comes back into the lane at a certain speed. So if we spin around here, Ash, so you can see down the back down there, you can see the boys are setting up all the cones. So he'll come straight through here, and then at that certain speed, he's got to change lanes and go in between these cones here. Then he's got to switch lanes back onto the straight. Now, what that's doing, and this is what scared the shit out of me last time that we were here, right?
Yep.
What it's doing is in an emergency situation, say you're on the highway and something happens, and I would assume the speed's going to be somewhere around 100 kilometres an hour, and Ashton had to swerve into another lane and swerve back to avoid an accident, avoid something on the road. What they're testing is here that the car can actually handle that without sliding out, skidding out, rolling onto its lid and all the rest of it.
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Let's hope that doesn't happen. When we were here last time though, with no sway bars,
it would have.
They didn't even bother doing this test because all of their experience, they took it for a quick drive around the track and they were just like, guys, no way. Number one, it's not going to pass, so there's no point in doing it. Number two, the thing's just blatantly unsafe.
Yep.
So that's the reason why we're going. I'm going to all of this expense with the full engineering on this, just to ensure that this one's safe in his car and doesn't do stupid shit like his dad still does at my age. That he's definitely going to do at his age. So that's a run through the lane change test. They're going to finish setting up. I hate doing that because that fingers crossed is like I haven't planned well enough. So let's not do that because we planned enough and I know this thing's going to pass today. I know it. I feel it.
Easy.
Let's go.
Let's go. Come on, baby.
All right, here we go. Lane change test number 2. Oh, dude, we're good. Yes.
That was good. About 75. Good first run. Pretty fast.
Yeah.
It's scary,
it's
man.
violent, right?
You know, my baby that I've been building like for a year and a half, just have to just hook in some turns at 100 k's an hour.
You'll know whether it's safe or not after this.
Happy? How'd you go?
Very good.
Done?
Done.
Happy?
Very happy.
Hell yeah.
Got it going.
Happy?
On your mate.
All downhill from here. So what's the plan now? Unload it.
Unload
get
it,
everything out. Do it again.
Yep.
So it should shit it in now. Yeah.
Yep.
Unload it.
Yep.
You ever seen them fail unloaded? Is there such thing as too light? Yeah.
They can. Yeah, if they're not set up properly. They'll get too taily.
So let's not get excited yet. Is that what you're saying?
I think it's looking pretty good.
That'll do.
Tailing's more fun than understeer.
Yeah. Just see if you can slide it, like go through those ones sideways. All right, on to the next test. You're excited. Come on, fire up. I can feel the tension. You're holding a lot of tension in your upper thighs. This is pretty exciting. So this could be it, man. Yep. This could be it. The other two tests, like I said before, they're going to be really, really simple. For today, it's just speedo, calibration, noise test. I think we've got them hosed, and even if we don't, they're very, very simple fixes. So this is it, Dirty.
Let's go.
Let's tip it in. See what happens. Champion! Oi! Pumped?
That was too
Pumped?
Use the left hand, eh?
Hell yeah, boys! FJ49. It's a thing. You pumped?
Oh, yeah.
What's wrong?
No, that's good.
Is it like all coming? Is it all sinking in?
Number plates back on now and drive it.
This is 18 months worth of work, dude, that has come down to this.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we couldn't get it? Imagine if we can get engineered.
Yeah, I'd have been gone. That's why I brought my own car, just in case.
Jack actually did drive his own car up here today. I'm like, hey, dude, you want to lift? He's like, no, I'll just drive. All right, Ash, go on, get in there, go and find out what happened.
All good.
That was good?
Yeah, straight through.
Good. There we are. Done.
Happy?
Happy.
Sick. All right, cool. Now the last two tests, and then a little signature, piece of paper, number plate, and we go wheeling. Actually, there's another job to do yet.
One more job. But surely we can just like take it for one.
Nope.
Not till it's done, dude. That was the deal. We've had a deal from day one. He does not get to drive it until it's finished because I know what happens as soon as he starts driving. Yeah, I'll get to that. I'll get to that. Everything's got to be working. Everything's got to be buttoned up. Plates have got to be on. Decals, interior done. It's got to be 100% finished. That was the deal. The deal from day one. Yeah? Because I know what's going to happen the first time you take it on the road. I've done it a billion times. I'll get to that later, and you never get to it. So let's get it right. We've come this far.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yep. The two more things we have to validate today is the speedo correct. You have to do it 40, 80 and 120. So he's just off to do that now. They've got the V-Box in there, which is a calibrated unit to GPS check it against the speedo. After that, we're going to do the noise test, but that's a stationary test. Basically, he just walks around the car with the noise meter, I think at whatever revs it's got to be at, and then we're done. Just like that.
It's
Just like that.
that simple. All you got to do to build an FJ49, sit on the couch, watch 20 episodes of Patriot Games. There's the manual. We've just written the user's manual on how to do it. I am thinking though, I have been thinking a lot lately. Get in here because
I'm leaving.
Get in here.
This always goes pear-shaped
no,
for me when you go, hey, I've been thinking.
No.
Hey, I didn't sleep last night. I got an idea.
Well, I haven't slept for a week, but there's other things going on. I think we build another one.
I think you deserve to build another one.
I think we build another one for a customer. I'm going to throw it out here right now in this episode. If you want a FJ49, I don't think we'll build it to that extent again, but if you're actually seriously considering an FJ49, he's still got to go finish his apprenticeship. Jack's always looking for stuff to do because he never really has enough to do. that's a friggin' lie. We've done all the work now. We've made the big investment. We've got all the CAD. We've got the knowledge. We've got the know-how. And this is how Patriot Campers first started. This is how Super Tourers first started. Are you interested in an FJ49? If you are, send an inquiry to sales@pcore4x4.com.au. That'll end up on my desk and we'll talk about it. Because you're keen to build another one, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm keen.
You're not building another one for yourself. We need money back in, not money going out. Let us know. There you go.
Reading a little over. How much? Like 2-3 Ks.
That's fine. Because for that year model,
That's what I was wondering.
10% either way.
Okay.
It's only the later ones that can't go over at all.
So like at 100, at 100 on the speedo, it's actually doing 102, 103?
Yeah.
Cool, okay.
Good.
Another tick?
They're coming around now.
Tick!
You want to buy?
Okay, final test. So now they have got a decibel meter at a predetermined length away from the exhaust. They're going to test the decibels. There's two ways of doing this test, so you can do it stationary or you can do it in motion. We'll see how this one goes, and then we might do another test after that, depending on the outcome of this. Ready? Yep. Ready to slap them thongs? Yep. Actually, before we do, here's something I found earlier, Ash. Let's show everybody what the noise is that we're going for. Yeah? Show everybody what's the sound that we're going for. That's the sound of a VDJ. Here we go. Good, bad. Here we go. All good? We're done? Finished? Engineered? Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Thank you, guys. How is that? That's it. We're done. 18 months of work. All of this stuff, it is over. The engineering is over. Well, you need the paperwork now.
Yeah.
I think there's only one thing left to do now. I think you need to go for a hot lap. And I'm coming with you. Somehow I'm going to get my ass in there. And you and me are going to take the FJ49 for its maiden engineered voyage.
Engineered.
Proud of you.
Thanks,
yeah?
man.
You pumped?
Thank you, Juzzy.
Yes. Let's do it. So how does it feel? All right, now that the cameras are off and it's just you and me, how does it feel?
Feels good.
Huh?
Feels really good.
Do you feel accomplished?
Yes.
All right, give it a hit. Need some power.
Yeah. Well, lucky we know a couple of guys.
I know a couple of guys that can sort that out.
Man, it sits and drives like. I'm happy with that. I feel that he's driving a safe car now, which is what I'm really happy about.
Jack, come on, jump in. Dude, go for a run with him, man. Well, that is, look, I don't know if it's really coming across on camera today. Keep walking back. I don't know if it's really coming across on camera today. The feeling today is it's a little bit surreal, you know what I mean? It's kind of almost an anticlimax. So much time, so much effort, so much work, so much of this kid's time, his whole life has changed since he started this build. 18 months of every weekend, every night in the shed. Yeah, he's been pushed, he's been motivated. All the boys here behind him. Now comes down to this day. The engineers are here, all signed off, all boxes are ticked. The car is really done. I'm going to wrap this episode up right here because there's not much that we're going to show you. There is only one episode left to go. There's one more thing left to do to the FJ49 before it goes on the road. Interior is coming up in the next episode, and then we're going to figure out how we're going to do the big bang, the big reveal, really put this kid and his brother Christian as well. You know, Christian's at school today. It's pretty sad that Christian's not here for this day, but he'll get to see it this afternoon. He's got to concentrate on grade 12. His life's going to go in a different direction to Ashton's, but I'm sure this kid has got a future in the automotive industry. Massive thank you to everybody involved. Once again, FJ49 is finally a thing. We'll see you on the next episode of Patriot Games.
Yeah, it doesn't roll like it drives. You can really turn in and actually get it to turn. Oh shit, yeah. Just the way it turns in nice. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Car's pretty much done. All that's left is interior and just a check over of the engine at GSL, and I could not be happier with that thing. It is a dreamer come true. It drives awesome. Feels great. Yeah. Feels good building something I'm so passionate about, and it gets done, and it's exactly what I've always so wanted, so I could not be happier.